This Richard Latte, your favorite boxer that you've been supporting since a year ago. And he's back with a different lifestyle, with a different face look on a matchroom promotion. And this time we say, no latte, no party. You know, Party has been doing it in the Premiership. The same applies to Latte, coming to do it in the matchroom promotion, which is coming on live on matchroom promotion on 21st of November. And come, sit behind your television and watch No Latte, No Party.
Yeah, that's how we love boxing right here in Ghana. It's your boy Kofi Baisie Jnr. Today I'm here with the full team, Daniel, Sowah, and Cudjoe Amedoda. It's the Total Boxing Show. We're going to be talking nothing but boxing. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube, please check the description below. You'll find a link to our YouTube, and then make sure you subscribe to it so that anytime you come on here, you'll be notified and join us and get to know what we're discussing on the night. Today we have a lot of things to talk about. We'll start from the former world champions that Ghana has. I'm talking about Isaac Dogbe. He's in the news. Richie Comey is also in the news, and we'll also be talking a little bit about the world title chasing boxer Manny Planche, and of course the fantastic young kid that many people around the world have set their eyes on from Ghana, who is Alfred Lamptey, who according to his promoter, will be jumping into the ring very, very soon. I also talk a little bit about Prince Okonate, who's also in camp with him, preparing for the fight that is yet to be announced. And of course, former world champion Joseph Agbeko is also preparing, and we are hearing that it looks like he will also be jumping into the ring very, very soon. So guys, these are the things I'll be discussing. I want to first of all say a very big thank you to all the guys that are always behind the scene working to make sure Kboxtv is working. My team back in Ghana, Larry, Inception, we really appreciate you guys. I know we have a very big fight coming up on the Oluwase card that we are preparing to go stream. So big up to you guys on the ground for making this thing happen. I mean, you guys are doing a very fantastic job. And of course, let me bring on the big teams who are currently on the line at the moment, who are just waiting to join to share their opinions. And of course, the opinions are always ours. Even though it is ours, most of the things that we say, if well taken, will really bring progress to Ghana boxing. And big shout outs to these guys who always make time to come on here to discuss boxing with me. I really appreciate them. They know I really appreciate them because it's not easy to, with the internet and the doomsday and everything, still making time to make it happen. Really appreciate these guys. Guys, quick. Daniel Sowah is on, and Cudjoe Amedoda. Guys, welcome to Kboxtv.
Thank you, Kofi.
All right. I mean, a lot of videos that we've seen this week has to do with Dogbe, preparing in camp. We've also seen Richie Comey also preparing back in New York, USA, and we've also seen Alfred Lamptey also, on the road with his trainer, and then with.
Thank you very much, Kofi.
Prince Okonate. You know, these guys are all preparing for something. I want briefly, let's just see, I mean, the chances of these guys, especially Isaac Dogbe, because we know his opponent. Isaac Dogbe is preparing to fight Adam Lopez. You know, let me push it to you, Sowah. I mean, Isaac Dogbe in camp preparing. We saw a very fantastic fight from him the last time. I mean, he proved, I think, many of us, you know, he gave us a lot of hope by scoring a very, you know, a knockout that re-announced his name that is coming into the game and is coming with a bang by scoring a knockout. And his back in the States preparing for, you know, for the fight. I mean, what should fans expect, and what do you make of his preparations towards the fight?
Kofi, I think is ready to become a two-time world champion, and I think I love his mindset, because he has made certain decisions that if you sit back and I think maybe you are in his positions, you wouldn't even have made that decisions. But he took bold steps, changing his trainers, his father, taking his father out of the team and all that. If he tells you this guy wants to go somewhere and he wants to have a team, he feels they can actually take him there. So with his preparation and everything, I strongly believe after beating Adam Lopez, he can push him up there again for people to recognize him, because as it stands, after he lost twice to Navarrete, it seems people lost hope in him. But I love the fact that he came back, prepared himself, chose he has a new team that he feels they can push him up there. You know, even preparing for a new team, he had to go through Federoach. After Federoach, you know what happened, he moved. So it's someone that you can see that this time around is really planning to come in to just not come and take part, come and control the division, stay in for a long time. And Kofi is a perfect mindset. That's how champions behave. Sometimes you lose some, but after you lose, it gives you the opportunity to prepare, come in so that nobody dethrones you again. And I think it's on the right path.
Right. I mean, even before, you know, moving to the States, when he was in Ghana, he was in camp with, frequently visited the Buko Boxing Arena, training very hard with Joshua Boachi. Then he also in Ghana, and Denzel Bentley, who lost his title in the back in UK. I mean, against Felix Cash. And you could see that he was really, you know, determined and very prepared, you know, as he was in the gym working before he left for the States. I mean, what must Isaac Dogbe do differently, in your opinion, to be able to take this kid out?
I think right now Dogbe is a knockout artist. That is what we want, and that is what the world sees him to be. Yeah. That knockout artist. But what I feel Dogbe should come on is Dogbe should focus on the sweet science of boxing. You understand? We are in an era of boxing whereby you can't just rely on one thing. There are certain fights you go in for the power punch. There are certain fights you go in, you have to be those sweet signs of boxing, the defense, the footwork, all these things come. And if you really want to pull the bars and you want people to believe in you, you must not be a one kind of fighter. I think Dogbe has really focused more on the knockout, which is really good at it. But you see, in a fight where he met Navarrete, when Navarrete was bringing a new style to him, he couldn't switch, because the only thing he knew how to do was to knock out his opponent. You put him in front of me and knock him out. So when the reach advantage was and everything wasn't working for him, you saw him display a poor performance, and that made a lot of fans even lost hope in him. So I feel this time around, he should focus also on the success of boxing. Where we find Dogbe now. Dogbe is that kind of boxer that if he gets a good trainer, I don't think anybody can beat him. Right. Look at what happened with Navarrete in the second fight. Navarrete was beating him throughout. If it was some kind of boxer, the fight should have ended maybe around 6 or 7. Dogbe won the distance to the extent that his father had to come in to throw the towel. And I can tell you that he has stamina. He can absorb punches.
Right.
Well, I keep saying, any boxer that can absorb punches, any boxer that has stamina is easy to work on.
Right.
So just imagine him with the sweet science of boxing. Someone who can jab, make use of the jab. Sometimes there are certain fights you watch an opponent do the jab throughout and you just clap for the opponent.
Right.
Because the ring IQ is something we the fans we also want to see. We don't want to watch a fight whereby you see this boxer is just fighting. We want to see something so that we can talk about it. So if you are not making use of the jabs, you are just throwing power punches. It makes you a one-way kind of fighter.
Right.
Exactly. So I think it should work on the jabs, work on its footwork, and utilize the ring.
I really agree with you too on you're saying. I mean, because now it's apart from the fact that fighters are going for a knockout, I would have said that. I mean, I would have loved him to be knocking the people out, because then it's a very convincing victory for you that I mean, winning without reasonable doubt when you knock somebody out. But like you said, moving around, and then, you know, because we've seen, for instance, what we saw when in UK when Edwards won his world title. I mean, everybody was expecting him to go in like toe to toe with Morotti in Tallinn, but he didn't do that. He was moving the entire time, and by the end of the round, 12 rounds, he was able to win. And maybe you wouldn't say it's the best way to fight, but I think if you ask me, I'll say it was the best, because he went home, or he left the ring less hurt, because he didn't stand to exchange out with the South African, and he basically took the fight out of the South African, making him chasing the entire time. And he did the time that the fight should go on. You know, so like you said, he's one of the fighters who really knows how to knock people out, and he does it in style. He does it very, very well. And so if he's able to, you know, add this thing that you're talking about, using the read, like using the ring and his legs and moving around like very well, I think it would really help him in pushing him to the next level. Unfortunately, Amedoda, I think he's having some few technical issues, and so he's not on with us now. But if he do come on, we'll definitely connect him back on, and then you get to hear what he also has to say about that. But now let's jump on to Richie Comey. You know, Richie Comey is also back in the States, you know, working really hard, you know, to get himself, you know, ready. I mean, there was a few exchange between himself and Lou DiBella on Twitter the last time, you know, when a recommendation was made by a fan, and then he said it's one fight that he'll be willing to take. But so now an official announcement hasn't come. You know, we know he's back there preparing, and now Top Rank has events coming up, so we know that very soon. With him preparing, it is not surprising that he's preparing, because the shows are, you know, are about to kick in, and so it would just make sense that he keeps himself fit, you know, for the news to drop. Now, looking at the guys that are on, you know, the current lightweight. You know, now we have Gervonta Davis, who now going to fight at the super lightweight. But let me sit on it for a moment, and let me bring in Cudjoe Amedoda. And Amedoda, let me get what you have to say about the Dogboe issue. I mean, Dogboe is preparing for, you know, Adam Lopez. What do you have to say about it, and what do you think will be the best way for him to secure victory when he faces Adam Lopez?
Since I started watching this Adam Lopez guy, I come to love the way this boy fights. He fights just like American. And then his moves, everything technically is just on point. And then, you know, Americans, if they are fighting, okay, they bring something different in the ring, okay. And then if it is some time back, I'll have serious fear for Dogboe to win this fight, okay. Dogboe always coming with banging from the beginning. He just come in raw and then try to take you out. But since the father he moved from the father to another coaches now, he's only fight with those coaches far different. If you look at it from the technical point, it's far different. The angles, and then the way he switch, and then his movement in the ring is very, very different now. So that is why I am so concerned and keep waiting for this fight to happen. Like it is the first Dogboe, I will not be feeling okay with the fight. But now that Dogbe switch, and then he's doing all the things that he's supposed to do, doing it well. With the fight against what's the name, the other guy, and then he knocked the guy out in the last round, which is round 8. I realized that hey, Dogbe is changed. And then fight with Lopez will be a fight of technical display. So I'm really, really waiting for that fight. And I believe one thing that I am believing Dogbe for is his power and then the exuberance. How he can use his energy, okay, in the ring. Those are the things that will help Dogbe. But if it comes to technical workout, sleek and things like that, Adam is ahead. But how long will Adam contain Dogbe's power? Okay, that is the advantage for Dogbe. So I'm believing that hey, later round Dogbe will take Adams out.
Okay, so for if you have to make a prediction, yours will be a knockout.
Surely for Dogbe. And if this fight travel in a level way till round 12, till round 8, that is what how the where the fight is ending. I don't think Dogbe will get the victory. But the knockout, that will be the convincing win for Dogbe. I believe Dogbe will take Adams out before the last round.
Okay. When you left, so I was saying something which was very, very, I mean, important. I'm sure maybe you would agree with him that he was saying that he would have loved, or he would recommend to Dogbe to at least start using the ring, get to know how to use the ring and his feet, and not only just, I mean, because we all know how good he is with the knockout. As in start using his legs and start also winning fights using his legs. What do you think about what Daniel said?
Yeah, it's a serious something because this Adams guy is going to use his leg more. Okay, he's very good in that. He's very good with the calculations, everything. Okay, that is why I'm saying that Dogbe's switch. Okay, with the new trainers now, he came in with different pattern, and that is what will help him. He's good. Dogbe is a learned guy, and then he's learning very, very well, transforming himself. So I believe strongly, whatever Adam will bring into the ring, Dogbe is there to counter it and then overcome it. So I'm believing strongly. Adam will come in with different tactics and things like that, but still, he will fall in the trap of Dogbe.
Okay. And Daniel, I mean, I'm sure you've also listened to what Amedoda has had to say, thinking that for him, he will still want him to knock the guy out because he feels if he goes to the end of the round, Dogbe won't win. I mean, would you also say that knockout is the best way for him to secure the victory against Adam Lopez?
Kofi, in a division where he has moved to and with the past, I think he needs a convincing win. And if he's going to have a convincing win, he should come by knockout. Because right now, the politics, the top rank politics, is not going to be on Dogbe's side. You understand? They have nothing. As it stands now, top rank has nothing to gain from Dogbe. Dogbe lost twice, and as he lost twice, they've kind of vibe that he was bringing, and the whole thing and everything that they were using that to tell him, everything is gone. Because the second fight, his father had to throw in the towel. So if Dogbe wants to come in again and he wants to get the top rank politics and everything supporting him, he needs to, like he did the last time, he knocked his opponent out. So he needs another knockout before maybe he can switch and start utilizing the ring. You understand? Because if he should win this fight by knockout, Bobaron is going to give him his full support. He will say that really is really like his comeback is a serious thing, and we must give him the support he deserves. But if maybe he should go the distance, and Adam Lopez displays a lot of skills, and at the end of the day, it looks like a 50-50 fight. Even if they give it to Dogbe as a win, it won't help him. His next fight will take a long time before he might even get his next fight. So now he needs to secure the knockout, like Amedoda is saying. But in as much he needs to secure the knockout, I feel he should still utilize the jab, like play around and have the knockout. The knockout is already your thing. It's something you're already good with. So maybe from the beginning of the round, you also try using the skills. You understand? So the Adam Lopez, because Adam Lopez coming into this fight, he knows Dogbe is coming in for a knockout. Dogbe himself has said it in training, in most of his videos. He's posted on Facebook and Twitter and everything. He keeps saying he's going to knock him out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, I think we have lost. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, all right, thanks. But we got your message very loud and clear.
Yeah.
And like you said, you would love him to use the jabs more in setting him up for the knockout. I hope that's what. If I got you clear, that was what you were trying to say. Okay, all right. So let's just move quickly to Richie Comey. You know, Richie Comey is also at the moment preparing for one particular fight coming on in the States, also in the States as well. Also a top-ranked fighter. You know, he's back preparing, and the good news is that one of the fighters also on the same management with as Oluwase, the Nigerian boxer who is in Ghana, will also be like in action very soon. But now let's talk about Richie Comey. Richie Comey is preparing very hard, like we all know, and I think the recent rankings that came on, he's still being ranked in the top 5 as the one of the top contenders in the lightweight division. For me, I'll even say top 3 because some of the names that are in there, I feel like they are scared to fight him because if you put him against some of the names there, I don't see Richie Comey not winning against some of the names there, you know. So I want to ask you first, so because we were talking about it before we brought on Amedoda. Richie Comey if we look at Richie Comey now, right, and the names that are in the lightweight division, and some of them looking like running away, coming back, you know. I mean, some of them are going to the super middle. Some of them want to come down, you know, and some of them don't want to admit the fact that Richie Comey is there. That is why they want to go down or they want to move down, move up. You know, for me, it doesn't make sense. You are there. The fighters are there. They are ready to fight. Pick up one and then fight with him. But some of them are moving up. Some of them are moving down. You don't see what it is. Do you think some of these guys in the lightweight are afraid of the power that Richie Comey possesses, and that is why they don't want to fight? Give him the opportunity to fight now.
Okay, most definitely. If you watch Richie Comey's last fight, I tell you, Richie Comey is a white guy. Kofi would have been a knockout of the year.
True.
It would have been a knockout of the year. You see, they know Richie Comey. Ask yourself, why does Lopez have so much respect for Adobe? It's simple. He knows the kind of fighter he is. He knows what he knows what Richie Comey can do.
Right.
Kofi, the boys are running because they fear Adobe. They fear Comey.
Right.
It's as simple as that. Because you see, if Gervonta feels like, okay, I'm moving from 130, and because 130 there's no competition there, and the competition yourself, you can't make the 130 weight.
Right.
So the best place for you to move is to the 135. Now you look at the names there, you realize the names there, if you should mess up, they will destroy you. And you ask yourself, who is managing Gervonta? Gervonta is being managed by Mayweather.
Right.
And Mayweather himself is a businessman. He knows if he tries Gervonta with Richard Comey, that will be his thing. His investment will just go waste like that.
Right.
So they are trying to be smart. But if you ask yourself, how long can they run?
True.
How long can they run? I tell you, all the boys are. Even if you watch how Richard Comey lost his title with Lopez, you realize they all went in for a big shot.
Right. They all went for it.
Exactly. So ask yourself, what if Richard Comey had landed that big shot? Would have been a knockout.
True.
So I think people should look at the fight from these technical angles. If you are looking at it from these technical angles, you can never write Richard Comey out.
True.
There's no way you can write. On what basis are you going to write Richard Comey out? This is a guy everybody fears, and he's still one of the top guys.
Right.
But it's sad that he finds himself in America, and you know there are a lot of boxers too at the 135, and they are citizens of the country. So if it happens like that, sometimes, you know, naturally, we are human beings. Naturally,
before they come to you, and you know, with the pandemic too, most of the most of the bosses are on the network people that they should try and get them on the bill fast because of the corona. They were not able to fight, and so there's pressure on the Showtime, there's pressure on the ESPN, you know, and pressure on the promoters to put these fighters on the networks for fights to happen. And so I'm not too surprised that some of these fighters haven't got their turns, but obviously Richie Commey is a name that some of these guys definitely would like to skip because of the power that he also possesses in his hand. I mean, briefly, somebody has sent in a message, you know, and I would like to give him a response real quick. It says, greetings to you. He said, no, okay, so this person was asking, I mean, good evening, Kboxtv. When is Wasiru fighting? I mean, this is a question that even also we also ask ourselves, you know, when is Wasiru fighting? This is the guy we're talking about, Wasiru, with his manager, Mr. Manfu. You know, I don't know when Wasiru is fighting, to be sincere, but I know that Mr. Manfu will always have his back and is definitely going to bring him, you know, something if the kid is ready. And so we just hope that we'll be able to hear some good news from that side. I mean, so I don't know if you have to say something about Wasiru at the moment.
Yeah, but Wasiru is one of the top guys. You see, I admire this guy so much. He has a brand, he has everything, he has a power, he's a very good boxer. You can imagine. I started posting him on my WhatsApp status back then, I think 2 years ago. Right. Without even posting his fight. And people just admire the fact, like the way he carries himself. Even in the pictures, you know, pictures communicate.
Right. True.
You see him well dressed. This is someone that looks like he wants to go somewhere. And sometimes it's sad. I feel when it comes locally, Ghana boxing lies on his shoulders.
Right.
Ghana boxing, it lies on Wasiru's shoulders. Nobody can dispute. See, this is a kind of boxer that gives excitement. If you are new to boxing, you watch this guy, you'll fall in love with boxing.
True.
So, in a way, I don't know if maybe they are working on the world title shot because he was also in the ranking.
Right, true.
If they are working on securing maybe a fight outside or one of the contenders or something, I don't know their plans now because he was also in the rankings. But I'm just begging these managers and the supporters that they should just put him in the ring locally. Even maybe if internationally is delaying, they should put him locally on the ring because we love to watch him. We know what he can do, and we enjoy watching him.
Right. Real quick. And okay, so that I wanted just to get that out of the way so that the fan knows that we've seen his comments and we've responded accordingly. Now let's jump to, you know, this kid, you know, Amedoda. He's graduated. You know, this is his graduation. We want to say very big congratulations to him. You know, we are really supposed to say a lot about him, you know, but we don't really get to say that much about him. But we want to say a very big congratulations. I'm sure it's about school. And so we want to say a very big congratulations to him. Yes, the person who said that you cannot go to school if you are a boxer is a lie. You can go to school and still box. And Amedoda is a very good example of it. He's been able to go to school, he's graduated, and I'm sure he'll be moving on to the next level after his graduation. I mean, so I throw it to you if you have something to say about this young kid.
First of all, I'd like to salute his father. His father has really done well. He has really done well. And it's shown this is a true son of the land. These are the kind of people when we sit in Ghana, we must show our support to, because he has not forgotten where Amedoda is coming from. And he has made sure he's putting him as an icon so that even big boxers, even people older that are in boxing in Ghana can look at Amedoda and have understand that boxing can take you far. This guy, this little boy has met a lot of people. When you see the wild people, it's inspiring when you see him. It tells me that if I should take boxing promotion serious, if I should take the sports of boxing serious, I can also get somewhere. True. And it's a good thing his father is doing, connecting the boy to Africa, connecting him to Africa. It's really important. And the only thing we can tell his father and we can tell Amedoda himself is that we are always there and we always support him. And we are always praying for him that he will grow up, become that world champion, and display the Ghana flag for people to see that yes, it's a Ghanaian and and is following the Azuma Nelson, the Iquotis lifestyle in a different way.
Right. You said it all. You really hit the nail on his head. You've said it all, and so yeah, we wish him well. We hope that he continues to inspire the little the little boys that look up to him. He's a really good fighter. We really watch everything that he does from afar, and we hope that he'll be able to complete and then accomplish a lot for boxing. He's already accomplished a lot as a young fighter, in the US as an amateur fighter. So we know what is in store for him if he turns pro, and then the things that he and his father are working on to make sure that they return to Ghana very victorious. Let me put it like that. So that's it about it. Now let's go to one letter that I saw from the GBA to all promoters, or that from now going, if you are going to do a fight, it shouldn't be more than 8 fights. So your card should not be more than 8. So a total of 8 fights at the maximum will be sanctioned for the promotions. I said there cannot be more than 8 fights on the bill. All boxers on the bill must produce their license on the day of the weigh-in. And the GBA will not sanction any promotions if the above conditions are not met by the promoter. So these are the things that we all know that very soon Peter Zwenes, who is the current Ghana Boxing Authority president, tenure for all 7, his tenure will be over, but I think in his last minute or in his last days, he's really putting some things in place, which I for one really admire, because and I'm sure if you wouldn't like anything, this is one of the things that Daniel, I'm sure you're really going to support, because sometimes you go to the Bukum Boxing Arena, or you go to any other place that you want to watch boxing, right? And then you sit there and then there's like 15, 16, 17, and still you haven't seen your main event. But this is coming from the Ghana Boxing Authority. I would like to read it briefly. We pound over it real quick, and then I would like to really get your opinion on this letter, Daniel. So please let me just read it for the public real quick, and then we take it from there. It's a notice to all promoters, local sanctioning approval. This is to inform promoters that henceforth all local sanctioning approval must be in conformity with the under-listed directives for its promotion to be sanctioned. 1. Take note that acknowledgement of receipt of your request does not constitute automatic sanctioning of the fight, nor it is a guarantee that the request for the particular fight date will be granted. 2. Irrespective of that, if the date is accepted, all contracts shall be submitted to the GB office 10 days before the day of the weigh-in. 3. The promotion will be rescheduled if the fight contracts do not get to the GBA office before the specific date. 4. A total of 8 fights at the maximum will be sanctioned for the promotion. There cannot be more than 8 fights on a bill. 5. All boxers on the bill must produce their license on the day of the weigh-in. 6. The GBA will not sanction any promotion if the above conditions are not met by the promoter. 7. Any promoter who wants to promote a national title fight must seek the prior approval of the GBA. There are some few questions that I raised, there are some few points there that I raised my eyebrow about, and those are the things I'd like to talk about first. He said, any promoter who wants to promote a national title fight must seek the prior approval of the GBA. The question I ask you, Daniel, is that does it mean that some of the local title fights that are happening in Ghana that we all cheer, like for instance Sheriff Kwe and then Michael Wambula who faced themselves, for instance, I'm using for like an example, wasn't sanctioned by the Ghana Boxing Authority. Is that what that 7 point means? Is that what it also means for you, like the breakdown?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it means. Exactly, that's what it means. It tells you that
if a national title fight is not being approved by the GBA, then how is it on a bill?
You see, sometimes we come here. I think what Peter Zwenis, Mr. Johnson, what they are doing now.
Let me not cut you here. When I saw this letter, that day I wanted to do a live, but then when you go in like that, they feel like you know what I'm. So I really made it. I didn't want us to talk about it, but the fact that you are congratulating Amedoda, I would like us to talk about it, because these boys would definitely want to come back home, do something, fight or something. and then they will come and then they will fall into some of these things, you know. And so I'm asking myself, a national title fight is being organized on the promoters bill, and I see and notice that to promote a national title fight, you must seek the approval of the GBA. It is not something which should be here. I feel like it's something that should have been the norm. Like that is what it's supposed to be.
Okay, so it tells you there have been a few mistakes, and like you're saying, it's good Peter Zenis is making some boosters for the new president that is coming, so that it can also bring something new, because he's putting foundations on. And Kofi, you see, sometimes we come here, we make a lot of complaints about boxers not being treated well. This is what is happening. So a promoter might put maybe 2 boxers together for a national competition. And after that, one boxer will feel like what he was promised, he didn't get it. Now, that boxer can't go to the GBA, because if you go to the GBA, what is the GBA going to do? GBA didn't sanction that fight. So you see, the notice that they have brought is not just for the promoters, but if you're also a fighter and a promoter tells you, okay, I'm hosting a national fight for you, you should be able to look into the contract and make sure it has gone to the GBA before yourself you give in.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because maybe the GBA doesn't even get in, and later it wants to maybe handle the promoter in a different way. But then maybe the harm has already been caused. So you, the fighter, this letter that has come out, it should tell you that, listen, you don't sit home to make complaints when you don't do things right. Make sure you see that.
Oh, I think.
Your fight, I feel like you are going to.
Okay, all right. You there was a little lagging, so you can finish it, bro. Oh, he's gone. Now, Amedoda, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clear.
The GBA has brought. Oh, Daniel is back. Daniel, can you finish it, and then I speak to Amedoda.
Yeah, so maybe if there's a problem, you know that the GBA sanctioned the fight. I have my contract, everything, so you can actually make a case. But when you yourself don't take care of these things and issues go wrong, how can the GBA solve it for you? So I think it's a good thing. The GBA wants to work now, and since they are trying to correct things, boxers too should be cautious of these things.
So we should give them the benefit of the doubt and not blast plenty here.
Exactly. We shouldn't blast them.
Okay. Now, Amedoda, I'm coming to you. I mean, we touched on a few subjects before we jump onto this topic, but I know this kid is one of the kids that you like to talk about. Amedoda, you know, he's graduated successfully, you know, from school, and I'm sure he'll be moving up to the next level. I'm thinking it will be moving to either high school or college, you know, because he's been able to graduate, and he's a pure, you know, example that you can go to school and box at the same time. So the fighters who think that, oh, if I become a boxer, I can't go to school, or the only way is to go to school. It's either to go to school or like just do boxing. I mean, this guy has combined it both. And if you go to USA today on the amateur system, I think the last fight he was even the winner. You know, number 1. He's been ranked number 1. He's on the national level and all that, and he has achieved a lot, you know, for even at a very young age. I mean, what do you have to say about this kid, Amedoda?
In fact, this kid is bringing something on board that everybody should be taking care of. This is the challenge that I would throw to our boxers managers in Ghana here. That whenever that you call on a boxer or you are managing a boxer, make sure that it's not just boxing that you are managing. You are managing the boxer. You are not managing his boxing alone. You are managing the boxer. So if you are managing a boxer, and then after the boxing is about some 30 to 35 years something. And then after that, what is the boxer going to do? That is what is happening to most of our old boxers now. And then they are like nobody respect them, because in the boxing, even they did not even prepare, they did not even plan their work well, and then they are nobodies now. You understand? So if you are a manager of a boxer, make sure that, hey, apart from the boxing, the boxer is getting something different in future for himself apart from boxing. Okay. So if these boys managers, especially the father, is behind him in the gym with him all the time and then training him, and then making sure that hey, this boy is going to school, doing all the academic works well, and then graduating from a point to point, then it's a very big something that everybody concerning boxing should take a lesson from. So I congratulate this boy with the family, everything, and then I am happy for him, and then I believe that hey, the locally we are taking lesson from all these things. Congratulations, Aunoga. I know very well that you were selling the boxing field very well, and then apart from that, ongoing your academic work will also excel. I congratulate him.
Didn't I tell you people that Amedoda will say a lot of things? If I didn't let him say it, at least I would show my head. But yes. I mean, we are really happy about it, and it's something that we all need to celebrate, especially our fighters. You know, I agree that we a lot of things we are not privileged, you know, but at least we should take advantage of the basic school, the free basic school. At least take it seriously. Just educate yourself, know how to read and write, you know, so that when they put the contract in front of you, you know what you're signing. Other than that, you just sign your life, and then you call us, you call me, or you call any other guys. You go like, I sign the contract. Now I'm gonna be new guy. I'm gonna sign a contract. You understand? So please, it's important that at least the basic ones and some simple arithmetics. One plus one is two. At least if you see figures, you should know what it is. If you see, okay, I am signing or something, signature or something, you should be able to know so that you just don't go lock yourself in the future. I really admire this kid from afar because of his classroom seriousness. Because and for instance, the Joshua Boache also in the UK, a complete graduate boxing. You think he's just doing no, but he's been able to go to school successfully and he's boxing. He's following his passion. He knows he can make the millions. What would you do when you make the millions? Would you want to sit in the house with it? Of course, you want to enter into some business that you'll be able to, manage it and take care of your affairs very well. So these are the things that we are preaching. Please, if you are boxing and you have the opportunity to go to school, please do go to the school, because after you are done with your career, you would want to do something with your life. And definitely what you've done in school could help you to take your career to the next level. So please take something or learn one or two from Amedoda, and then put it at the back of your mind and make this happy. And another thing that you also missed out, Cudjoe, was the fact that if one of our commentators or commenters asked where Wasiru Mohammed is. I don't know if you have an answer for him. Where is Wasiru Mohammed?
Kofi, anytime that I try to talk about Wasiru Mohammed, I feel like sharing tears. It's just because I just can't get it. Okay. Wasiru Mohammed is a boxer who is a professional boxer in Ghana now, who never traveled to anywhere, but he's excelling in Ghana and excelling and then getting the ranking in the world rank. You understand? But this is the guy, he's not been seen anywhere. Okay. And all of a sudden, managers from outside sign him. And then we are like, hey, now the big thing is coming to happen. And then some family issues jump into the thing and then mess up the whole thing. He could have fight in April, okay, on the new management which is based in US. And then they will be giving him better fight, exposure, and things like that. And then all of a sudden, we cannot hear of Wasiru Mohammed. We don't know what is going on. Okay, these are the things. And then it turned down to the educational background of the boxer and things like that.
Right.
You understand? If this Wasiru Mohammed he's educated well, and then got to read his contract and things like that, got to know how to mix his the boxing whatever with the family issues, I don't think he will be where he is now. We don't know what is going on. We don't know his next fight. We don't know what is the next thing for him. And the boxer is just there, not fighting. Things that you hear from him about him is from the family issues and things like that, which is not helping. So in fact, I am not happy with Wasiru Mohammed. I know that if he come into the world boxing, he can make it. But now, some local issue, especially from the family, is disturbing this boy. That this boy don't know what he himself don't know what he's doing now. So anytime that I think about Wasiru, I'm like, oh no, Ghana boxing is going down. You understand? So I don't know that question. I cannot answer that question. If I try to answer it, I'll say things that are not in line. Okay. So I leave it for the rest.
Okay, I think that the guy said try to bring Wasiru in the studio one of these days, please. We'll try and see whether we can get him on the show and then talk to him and get to know what's happening. But of course, his manager is one of my very good friends, and I know if the guy is ready, he won't sit on it. He won't sit on him at all. So let's see how things play out in the coming days. But so those are the things that you missed out, and I'm glad you've been able to touch on them, especially on the Amedoda case, because I'm sure if you watch this tape back and you realize that we talked about him and you say your piece, you blast it. Now, the thing we were talking about, currently was about the GBA letter that they brought, or saying that they are not going to allow some things. And I said one thing that got me shocked. I was like, okay, so any promoter who wants to promote a national title fight must seek the prior approval of the GBA. So I was asking myself, that doesn't mean that if the fights are happening, the title fight that we have seen over a few years were not being sanctioned by the GBA. Is that what it means?
Kofi, GBA is displaying the dirty linen in public. I'm telling you. Oh yeah. What is the GBA trying to tell us? Who is in the office? Am I in the office of GBA? So GBA is trying to tell us that a national title fight is going on, and then he did not approve of it. Is that what they are trying to say? No, is that the GBA is trying to tell us what they brought out? I don't think after writing they read it again. Like they read it again, they will not bring it out. That particular portion, they will not bring it out. And really is happening. Do you remember this fight, the particular fight that you talk about, bullet and answer fight? Yes. Okay. What was the contract for that fight? That fight is, after the fight, the Commonwealth title should be online for the winner. What did we hear? What did we see? That means GBA did not know of that fight. And how can GBA did not know of a main bout? Okay? No, you cannot understand it. How can GBA did not know of that fight? And then later on, they are bringing the boys back. Go and fight another something before you qualify to get a chance to fight the Commonwealth title. And that is not the contract on the paper for the boys. You understand? That wasn't the contract on the paper. We all read the contract, or we heard of the contract. The contract was after the winner, you are going for the Commonwealth title. And after Bullet Answer win, where is the Commonwealth title? We cannot find the Commonwealth title now. So GBA is telling us the mess that they themselves caused. Now they are bringing it to the public. Do we need that? Do we need that? GBA, who sanctioned the fight? The main bout. You sanctioned the main bout that you don't know of. If GBA did not sanction any bout, the bout cannot come on. Okay? The bout cannot come on if GBA did not sanction the bout. So if you sanction a bout, that you, the GBA yourself, you don't know about it. No, if this is a serious country or a serious institution or a serious people, these boys might take GBA to court. Where is my the next move?
Oh, unfortunately, they poured water on the fire. So now the fire is off. But I mean, I'm sure you've already touched on it for Amedoda. Sorry, for Sowah and I think we agree that things are being put in the right way, and so we need to give them the benefit of the doubt, and make things happen. But one particular one that I'm sure we both are excited about is the fact that a total of 8 fights at a maximum is sanctioned for a promotions. How do you feel about this news that you have heard?
That was the most exciting part to me, because when it comes to sanctioning, regardless of how everything goes, it's a thing they must do, so it will be taken care of. But when it comes to fight, promoters feels like, I want to make my fight. I want to build records. people are coming, people are bringing in their money. You understand? So it feels like with that one, there's a monopoly. You can't say anything. So if the OGB comes out to give you that now you're doing 8 fights, it's the best thing. So you will sit down, make your selection out, and bring it out. If you want to come and promote 8 fights that are for building records, it's up to you. It's up to you. And see that the next time you promote, someone will come. Nobody will come to your show. It's up to you. So you realize that now, if they want to even build records, you must put maybe a record building fight 3 or 4, and put 3 serious fights and 4 serious fights. It will be balanced. Either it becomes better or they have to balance it regardless of anything they like. It's so sad. How can you go to the arena, you sit down to watch a lot of fights? Sometimes you don't even get to watch the main event, and it's almost 3. So I think that in particular, you see, it feels like now Peter is listening to us. It feels like he's now listening to us. And Kofi, you know, if he doesn't do these things and he leaves, and someone comes to do it, in a way, it will put a dent on his legacy too as a president of the GBA. So I feel right now he wants to set the foundations so that when he leaves and you come, the new president will come, we can hold you accountable. Like if you are allowing people to do about 10 fights, now people will start complaining. This wasn't what Peter did. So I feel that one in particular is really important, and I love it. Just 8 fights is enough.
Right. And I personally love it too. You know, it's going to because then you can go like, you know what, we are going to sit at the arena between 7 to 12, and it's going to be possible. You know, and because we know that usually when shows are happening, they will want to do some activities in between and all that. 8 makes sense because sometimes you even check some of this 16, 17 cards, and you realize that the knockouts were coming very early. So if the knockouts are early, we should have been done by 10 o'clock. But we'll still be there because it's a very, you know, tall card, and making this guy fighting, and it's becoming a problem. So I think the 8 number it's not bad. I mean, some were even saying they would want him to come down, but I think 8 is not bad. So I think we will take it like that. And he says that we should take note that acknowledgement of receipt of a payment does not guarantee or constitute automatic sanction of the fight, nor is it a guarantee that the request of your particular fight date will be granted. You know, because irrespective of that, if the date is approved, all contracts shall be submitted to the GBA office 10 days before the day of the weigh-in. I think I really like this one too because sometimes some of the fighters contact me saying that they've been fighting or they've fought on a card or on a bill and they haven't received their monies. You know, I don't see why a fighter should put his life in the ring, fight, and at the end of the day, the small that will be given to him for him to go back to prepare for his next fight is not given to him. I mean, if you ask this person, he will say he gave it to this. That person to said he gave it to this. That, I mean, I was thinking that with this being done, it means it will give the GBA the eyes on how much the boxers are going to take. In fact, if you look in the world, before Canelo or whoever steps into the ring, some of these things are even made public for the fact that then you know how much it's going to take. The only thing that you wouldn't know that Canelo will take is how much pay-per-view money is going to be, because that will be determined after a fight is done. And sometimes even after that, after the fight is done, maybe a day or two, you hear them declare the results that, okay, you know what, so Canelo took an extra of like 5 million or 6 million, or Floyd took like 30 million or something on pay-per-view buys, which is understandable. You know, if you go to speak to these promoters, oh, how much are you paying this guy? He doesn't want to let you know. Oh, how much is this guy that he's saying? He doesn't want to let you know. So it has become very difficult for, you know, us to even defend the promoters, because we know some of the promoters are paying. So if the promoter pay, who does it go to? Does it go to the coach or it goes to the boxer? Maybe as part of these notices to all promoters and everything, there should have also been a part that says that the monies should really be given to the boxers. I mean, that's how I feel about it, because it is too long. It's been too long that fighters call you and say that, hey, and you ask the promoter can pay, and the GBA, you understand? So I mean, this particular one, how do you think? I think first of all, taking the contrast to the GBA will give them eyes on how much the boxer will make, You know,
Exactly.
there should be a way that they can cross the bridge, as in cross the make sure that the money reaches the boxes. How do you think the GBA can come in to make sure that the boxers receive that little that they are due after they fight?
Kofi, I think that is what they have brought out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even declaring pets in a way
Mm-hmm.
it helps promoters. So
Yes.
if you're a promoter, you are doing a fight, and you know, okay, Bullet Answer is taking 3,000,
Mm-hmm.
Sheriff Quay is taking 2,500.
Mm-hmm.
It helps. So if I'm an investor and I'm sitting back, I go like, oh, how this lose 10,000? These people, they are doing well. They are trying to give excitement. I see their persons are not that strong. So this time, let me up this promoter with this money,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like the persons is giving out. This is some kind of money I can give out.
Mm-hmm.
So declaring the persons is going to help the promoters as well.
Right.
But if you're a promoter and you're not declaring the purse, you're not declaring, okay, this one is getting this one is getting this, and you are doing everything. If I'm an investor and I'm sitting back, I'll feel like, see, Charlie, this thing they are doing, I hear boxing is a expensive sport. And abroad, they talk about $1 million and stuff, Charlie. Me, I don't go figure, I can't go and waste my money on this thing. You understand? Let the people, let the investors be aware. Let them know that this is what we are paying. Less, but we should let them know so that it can. If we, that is when someone can have maybe $100,000 somewhere, we'll go like, if these are the prices they are paying, if I have $100,000 and I want to enter into this business, in the next 2 years, I can even be paying butlers maybe 5,000, 7,000, which it won't really affect me. I can still stay in business and still run things.
Right.
And this is a way to go. We start from somewhere, we get somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine. Because there are sometimes maybe at the end we'll come out and at the end we'll be declaring persons a $2 million to a fighter. Like when Wilder fought, when they fought in there, they were giving them $5 million. I was just sitting there, I was like, hey, this thing, if I become a big promoter, I can actually promote a Wilder and a Tyson Fury fight. Because their persons were $10 million. So if I'm a serious businessman and I'm in Africa, I'm running things, and I have these big names and I'm seeing $10 million, I should be able to even stick to an investor and tell the investor, maybe the investor has maybe a $30 million in his account. And tell him, listen, these boxes, they are big. The last time they fought, they were giving 5 million each. Let us do something. Let us give them 7 million each and do something. We can generate some funds. That's your money. We can multiply it. You understand? So declaring prices gives people confidence, not just the promoter, even investors. They feel like, okay, this sports, I can involve myself. But if you're in Ghana, you are not declaring persons. Maybe you are paying them thousands. Let the people know they are paying them thousands. That's when maybe as an investor, I'll sit down and go like, really, they are paying this boxers thousands. It's too low. Okay, let me just support this boxer with a 500 Ghana cedis. It's beautiful. People want to help, but you see, if you one can want some annual draw.
That's true.
So you must let people know what you are going through. That's when people can help you.
Okay. Amedoda, I mean, real quick, we're talking about the persons of boxers not reaching them, you know, because sometimes a boxer will sign a contract. The GBA is saying that now he wants to see the eyes. He wants all the contracts submitted to them before 10 days before weighing, you know, before the fight happens. And I was saying that I think it's a very good thing that they are putting as part of the notices to all promoters, because some fighters complain that they don't get their small. If I say small, I mean their purses after they fight. I'm saying small because I know it's small. You understand? So if after going to camp 3 months, preparing and everything, and then after fighting, the money boxer, I think is very disturbing. Let me put it that way. It's very disturbing. And I was asking Daniel that what do you think can be done to be able to make sure that, I mean, if fighters fight, their monies reach them.
Yeah, it's still all about GBA. What are their these things before? What are the things that they have on board before these Brusso that they are bringing out now? What were they having on board before? Okay, don't they know about all these things before? In US, if a boxer is fighting, the boxer know what he's taking, and then apart from the main pairs, the other things, they know it before they even go into the fight. It's been published everywhere. But in Ghana, you will not see any publication like that. because even the journalists don't know about it. Nobody know about it. I don't think even GBA themselves know about it. They don't know what is being given to the boxers. Till the boxers are complaining before GBA is coming out to bring these things out. So what check GBA is putting around the promoters and things like that, the fight, the matchmakers? What check GBA is putting around them? Is GBA checking those things? Or the GBA is only interested in what will come into their coffers if the boxer fight? Look, GBA is making a lot of money in boxing because the boxing licenses and so many things, the fights and things like that, they are making money out of it. So the simple work they should do in office to check all these things, how much the boxers are making, what is the fight, what are the program, those are the things that GBA should be checking. So if they are now coming later on to come and put these things on board, they'll not. No, me, I will not appreciate them for bringing these things on, because these are the things that they should be checking already. So if they're coming out, is it now that they are getting to know about it? Is that what GBA is trying to tell us? Okay, is that what GBA is trying to tell us? The boxers, some of the boxers go, and then after all training and things like that, they'll give them like 500 Ghana. Then GBA is okay, and then they'll take their share from it and things like that. They don't care what is happening to the boxers, and that is what is happening to our boxers. After career, the boxers are just like some, excuse me to say, baller boys. They don't know what is going on. They cannot do anything on their own and things like that. GBA know all these things, and now that they are bringing it on for who to listen to? Why don't you see what GBA is bringing now? They need not to publish it. They should keep it on their desk and then work around it, rather than bringing it out to read to the public. It's a laughing stock. You understand? It's a laughing stock. GBA is not doing any work to help boxers and anybody. They don't care how the boxers, the promoters treat the boxers. They don't care how the managers treat the boxers. They don't care. Apart from they are strict on their purses, their bonuses, their whatever that they will get. They are only.
But this with this letter coming out, you know that they are trying to do something to fix it. Because
I didn't hear that letter part anyway.
Fix it.
Yeah, fix it. You know, now there's a campaign, fix it campaign. You know,
there's a fix it campaign.
Lawyer Zoenes is leaving office. There are a lot of things that we have said.
That I don't think this is not for public consumption. Okay,
we want things to be fixed. We want things to move right, so that boxers, and promoters and everybody. Oh, I mean, all the stakeholders that are affiliated with our street science of boxing, are okay. So at least with them bringing these things, notice to promoters. If next time you go and you say you want to do this, and then the GBA tell you that he's not going to sanction this fight, then you know that this is the reason why he's not sanctioning the fight. So that when you go and tell the journalist that, oh, the GBA can stand and say that I told you that do this and do that and do that, and you didn't do it. You understand? Then it means we are having a system in place. It's been too long that we've been complaining that we want the GBA to make things change. So now at least he's fixing some things. Or what do you think, Amedoda? Can you hear us, Amedoda? Oh, unfortunately, he's gone. But I think so. I mean, for us, we really get the fact that they are trying to put some structures in place so that tomorrow, if you go to the GBA and he tells you that I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, you really accept it because they've told you that this is what they want.
Exactly. I feel it's the way to go. Things have been done wrong, and we can't live with the past. things went wrong. We have to correct it and move. And I feel is a way forward. The only thing now that I think we should rather be focusing on this. What are they going to ensure that if you go, if you don't follow what they've brought, like maybe doing 8 fights and the promoter goes to do about 10 fights, what are the punishments? You get what I'm saying? What are they putting in place to even check these things? That it will be at the arena to see that it was 8-5 that the promoter made. I think this is what we should be focusing on now. What they are doing, what they are putting in place to make sure that these laws work.
Right. Exactly. All right. Now, I think if we say you're going to go into the GBA letter, there will be a lot of things I want to talk about. But I think overall, I want to say a very big shout outs to the whole GBA for me. Because after seeing this, I have to send a shout out, man. Because after seeing it, I was like, yeah, I mean, hey, come on. This things that people are complaining that for me, if people are saying GBA, like I see that's a problem because the thing we are even trying so hard to even promote the sport, So if they that are there are also trying to make sure things are working and we don't know or we don't get to hear about it, then we go like, okay, what's the GBA doing? But now they've let this thing out for us to know that hey, this is how they are trying to correct the system. And once the thing is corrected, if you go to them and tell them that, hey, okay, so now I'm going to do a show, 10 card, and the GBA says that I won't sanction your card, then that okay, he gave you the warning that before make it 8, and he also told maybe after that you are going to do a card. After that, you didn't present it 10 days before the time. You went to there, it goes like, I'm not going to say, then things are working 24/7. But not sanctioning in them every minute be another sanctioning in them. You understand? Then we are getting somewhere. You understand? So I was very happy. I was very happy that. But it was. I feel like it was. It's happening at a very later time that Mr. Zones is leaving office, because with him there, I feel like then he would have really enforced it to make it happen. Now I don't know who the next person will be, and maybe how he's going to take it, whether he's going to also like open up or say, because you know how things are done in our part of the world.
Yeah.
Even the presidency, if, for example, and this president comes on, he will start the project, the other person will come, he will cancel it, there's no continuity, and because of that, a lot of things are being left. Very good projects are started, but then the person who comes and is supposed to make sure that the group project continues, like abandons it, and then we go back to square one. You understand? So I felt it should have come earlier, so that we would have at least enforced it, and then the promoters would have gotten used to it before he left office. And then that way, the new person who will come would have it like more easier on building on what he has left. But I'm hoping that whoever like takes charge after he's gone will be able to see the good in what he has done, especially this thing that measures that he has brought out, so that we can have something good going for the boys. And one only thing that I wish would have also come on was if there was a way that the GBA will collect the money, the persons collect it and then pay them, because it's been too long that the boys complain that this and that and that and that, or maybe the promoters will be given an account number, or the boxers, they will take the boxers' account numbers, and then after a fight, wire all the money to the account privately, something like that. Then we know that the thing is really working, because after you've seen your contract, the next thing is to ensure that the boxers are paid. And how do you ensure that they are paid? That either you take the money and pay them, or you make the boys present their account numbers, pay them, or have an agreement with the bank to make sure that if the money doesn't hit the account within so and so period, you really take maybe you take the promoter to court or something. Something. Then the boys are, because to be sincere, boxing is about boxing. A lot of things are even won in the court, like John Wilder's case. You have to go to court to get the victory. You understand? A lot of boxing is a serious business, which needs like law. So anyway, we hope that things get like done properly, so that because the reason why you and I would want to get into the game is to make sure that boxer who is somewhere else, will be able to take care of himself and his family. So what's the goal if he decides to then become a professional boxer and his monies are not being paid to him? Then I think the promoters like have failed, and they should bow their heads in shame, because at the end of the day, the boy or the boy or girl, I mean, I think that the fighter should be able to have that kind of money and prepare himself to ahead of the next fight that he's going to fight. But Amedoda, if there's some last thing that you'd like to say, please say it so then we can move on to the next topic.
Well, the only thing that I can say for now is GBA. In fact, I can see that Peter Jnr is just trying to be a very smart person over here, because he's just trying to raise the bar higher because he's going out of office. So he will raise the bar higher, and then whoever will come in, if the person did not go according to it, then that person is failing. That is what he's doing. So it's just a political something. So I think it's okay. So the one who is coming should be extra serious so that he take care of those things very well. That is all I can say.
Okay, we have heard you. Okay, but it is really done on the new guy who's going to take office, to make sure that these things happen. And that way, we will know that. Yeah. Okay, guys. Big fights coming in Ghana on the 10th of July. Wahab Oluwase, he's been training in Ghana for a very long time. This Nigerian kid, fantastic fighter. One of the fights I really was that I enjoyed him was on the Azuma Nelson promotion against One Bullet Hassan. Hey, that was a very top performance. And he's back in action. We're taking on this fighter from South Africa, Anthony Molosani, for the vacant WBO Africa Super Featherweight title. Wahab is signed to Streetwise Management, the world champion of Amedoda's outfit, and the goal is to get him to the ultimate. And so I wasn't surprised seeing him. Going to compete for the WBO Africa Super Featherweight title. Daniel, Oluwase is back. What do you have to say, man?
I think it's a fantastic fight, and it's also a blessing to the promoter. I think the promoter, the Ace Power promotion, I think they started last year. It's a step in the right direction. Having Oluwase and a South African boxer, this is when you can start cementing yourself and start utilizing them, because there's a Nigerian-based fighter in Ghana. Yeah. It's based in Ghana, and you can actually have 3 countries now. There's 3 countries. I'm looking for the business aspect. Yeah, it's 3 countries now. How are you going to utilize it? It should be a blessing to you. So I think you should use promotional mechanisms to be able to promote the boy, because it looks like the fight has been announced, and people in boxing, we are really happy about it. But back to people that will also come and fall in love with it. I don't know what they are doing about it, but I think Oluwase will go far. Tascote is one of the coaches I admire so much. I really admire that, and I feel we'll go far.
Right. Now, real quick, a lot of things have been said about this kid. What is the prediction of the fight, and what do you think Oluwase will bring on board and go with that?
Kofi, if I will say anything about this Oluwase guy, in fact, this guy is a very fantastic boxer that everybody would love to see in the ring. Okay, I am worried that he's still at where he is now. He could have moved on a very long time, because this guy, if he's in the ring fighting, in fact, you will love it. And then I see him to be a world title product, and then he's like, anytime there are some little problems that happen along the line in his career, and now he's back. I'm very happy for him, and then he has a very big signing and things like that, and then he's in a good hands now. So he don't have, I can say that he don't have any excuse. He should just come out with the win and then get into the world ranking very fast, and then go into the world to fight the world champions. And I know he's coming out with the win. No matter what happened, he will come out with the win and then get the rating and then go into the world title fight and things like that. I wish him well.
Okay, great. Now, Ace Power promoted this fight, and Ace Power, you know, I mean, Ace has done like some fantastic shows, like one of the connecting with the box office. I spoke to
I can hardly hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think it's okay now.
Okay, so I spoke to the owner of Ace Power Promotions. Can you hear me now? Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear. It's clear.
I spoke to him and then he was saying that Kofi like expect like something different, something classic, like very top than what you have seen us do. I mean, so far in Ghana boxing. What are you expecting promotion wise from Ace Power Promotions, Daniel?
The fight is in July, right?
Yes.
I think when it comes to ring, their lighting, their sound, and their decoration, everything is great. So if they are saying we should expect something else, I don't know what maybe they might be telling us to look at, but I feel maybe it should be something promoting, not a show for us to watch on the DD. Because I feel right now Ace Power Promotion and Alex Intiam, they are leading the game now. And if when it comes to decoration and lighting, they are doing so well, and it's telling me to expect something big. I feel it should be promotion,
right?
Promoting the boxers.
Right.
I feel that is what maybe.
There's one topic I want us to talk about, which is the topic of the international fights. But I want to find out of you guys' availability tomorrow so that we can push, because there's Errol Spence, there's Linares versus David Henny, and then there's also the Tyson Fury versus Wilder. I want us, can we just agree and come on tomorrow and do like a foreign segment tomorrow? Because if I say we want to talk about it, I'm sure we'll need like 2 hours to make it happen. So if you guys can give me your consent, then tomorrow we'll come on live again and then exhaust the topic as well. What do you think, Amedoda?
Yeah, I think it's possible. Tomorrow we can make it and then talk about these ones.
Okay, all right. Then I think we'll just jump on here and then make that. Talking about the international segment, so start a whole international segment tomorrow, and then we can exhaust and talk about where it is. I want to say very big shout out to everybody that's been to watch us. We really appreciate
I'm ready for this fight. Sorry for one, you fall down, not two, you fall down. Not three, you fall down. No, four, you fall down. No, fight, I'll see someone because Sorry is a ridiculous for some company. It's a nuisance. It's a damn road. Sorry is a procrastination.